Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Random Vlogging. So, yesterday and last night was interesting. First things first, to all of the wonderful, nice people that were kind enough to comment on my last video, thank you very much. I'm feeling much better today. As you can see, no shaky. No shaky mean good. So thank you. You guys were awesome. To all the people that said mean, nasty things to me, you're mean. And why? So, for those of you that don't know, and obviously didn't watch my video yesterday or today, so I guess I'm going to start at the beginning. So I had D&D game last night, and so I went to my D&D game, and I talked about the video that I made, and I explained it to my table and everything like that, and I explained why it was that I kept shaking all night, and yeah, they were really great. I love the guys that play D&D with me. They're really, really awesome people, and they're really supportive. So afterwards, me and two of the other guys that play at my table just kind of stood around and talked for a couple hours, actually. Just because with everything that was going on, I'm like, you know what, I want to interact with people, and I didn't really feel like going home, and so I'm like, I'll just, you know, sit back and talk. So I didn't get home until close to midnight. So I get home, I check my video, I notice that a few people had watched it, I'm like, oh cool. Which is fairly typical of a random vlogging. Like, if you guys look at the other ones I've done, normally anywhere between about 8 to 20, 22 in there. That's an average viewing for one of my random vloggings. And I'm happy with that. Don't get me wrong. Y'all are really, really awesome. Last night, I was having a conversation with Daniel, the guy that I mentioned, one of the guys I mentioned in the video, because we were talking about Plot Hook In, because being his producer for the show, we always kind of compare notes about what we thought went well and what we thought didn't go well, and it was really late, and he's in a whole nother country, in a whole nother time zone, and so I just went, you know what? We figured out the bare minimum we needed to get ready to announce the next episode, and I said, you know what, I'll catch up with you next week. I got ready to go to bed. I finished some stuff up on my computer. I went to bed. You can that's my bed, because I'm in a very small room now. So I did that, and I went to bed, and I always have my phone within you know, reaching distance, because sometimes I use it as an alarm clock. And currently, just because of how my new room is set up, there's not that many outlets, so I don't have a clock plugged in. So when I wake up in the morning, I reach for my phone to look to see what time it is. And so I get ready to go to bed, and I turn on my TV and my PS3 to watch, you know, some TV before I go to bed, because that's just what I do. And my phone starts to like go crazy. If you guys have ever heard, like when I'm recording or when I'm streaming, either do. Anytime I get a Twitter notification, it does that. And it did that like 7 or 8 times in a row. I'm like, what in the world is going on? And so I went on, and I noticed that some person I'd never seen before had liked my video. And, you know, if you do that, it'll post a thing to Twitter. And it happened again, and again, and again. And what ended up happening was, I don't know if I can really call it going viral, because I only have like 400 views on the video. But that's a lot for me. I mean, and they all happen like within 20 or 30 minutes, which is just huge for me. It was mind-blowing. I literally, as soon as I saw it on my phone, I'm like, this is not happening. Somebody's pulling my leg. Somebody's doing something to be funny. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go in. I'm going to figure out what's going on. So I opened up Twitter, and I noticed I opened up my email, and I just have a list of things like, you know, new comment on your video, and new subscriber, and all this stuff. And it went bonkers. And I spent, I don't know, like 2 hours going through all the comments. I have read every single comment on there. I liked the ones that I could, and I tried to reply to a few of them. I've never had that many comments on any of my videos before, so you'll have to forgive me, I'm still a little bit overwhelmed. It was crazy. I spent 20 minutes just laughing my ass off, so I'm like, there is no possible way this is real. Like, somebody's pulling my leg. And then I went on Twitter because I took the screen capture, and the way that I was going to kind of define whether or not I'd made it on YouTube is as soon as I had a video that hit the 301 plus cap. Because that meant a lot of people were watching your video, and you know there was more than 301 views, and YouTube had to stop and count again. And so that was kind of my definition of it. If I can get to the point where I get a video that does that, I'll have made it on YouTube. And I was not expecting that video to do that, because I was really upset, and I wanted to get information out there in the most mature way possible, because I'm not a big fan of people that get on there and just like rant and stuff like that for no reason, or who become abrasive or anything like that. I'm like, you know, if I'm going to get upset about something, which happens on a regular basis, if I'm going to be upset about something, I'm going to try and do something about it in a positive way, if possible. There are certain instances where I will just get pissed off and say words that I can't repeat in mixed company. Luckily enough, I didn't do that last night. And apparently a lot of you guys really enjoyed it, which I'm very, very happy about. I hope that it's helped shed some light on a subject that's really still very taboo in our culture. Mental illness and mental disabilities and things like that are still very much something that we don't like to talk about, and they're very, very misunderstood. So that was kind of my hope, is that I could explain something and get something that's very, very confusing and very, very difficult to understand in a little bit easier to digest platform. And holy jeez, Toledo, wow! Like, and some of the some of the comments just blew me away. Apparently, a lot of people like my hair, which I wasn't expecting. I will probably do a hair tutorial for one of my Friday feature focuses in a little while, so look forward to that. I was surprised with how violently some people reacted to it. Like there were some really mean comments on there, and I've never gotten, like, I had some dude that said, "How many of your viewers did you buy?" And I'm like, "Oh wow, I've got a troll." And I responded in as polite a way as possible to make him look a little bit stupid, because I'm like, no, if you're gonna do something stupid, I'm gonna make you feel stupid. And then he came back with another quip, and I'm like, no, I'm not even. I just deleted, and I got rid of it. And that's all I ever had. Some of these people were downright mean. I got called a welfare scrub, which, by the way, I've never been on welfare. Um, I I I got, oh man, I had somebody put like hashtag kill yourself, which I'm like, wow, thank you. That's lovely. You're an amazing, lovely, awesome person. And I think I left most of them down there just to kind of remind myself that this is really happening. Like I didn't want to just go through and delete all the bad stuff, so I'm like, oh no, everyone just loved my video and there's no bad comments. I think I only destroyed like one comment because it was just an unbelievably dirty word, and so I'm like, nah, no, there's no substance to it. It needs to go. Other than that, I left it all there, and I'm like, this is nuts. And I've reread all the comments probably like 2 or 3 times now, just to kind of wrap my mind around it. This is something that I never expected would happen. It's impossible to describe what it's like when you make something that people latch onto, and that they get something out of it to the point where a lot of people start talking about it. It was completely unexpected. I'm still trying to I guess get over it. Not really get over it, to understand what it was that happened. I still don't know how it started. I've heard some rumors that there were 2 people that I've looked into their YouTube channels and stuff like that. That one of them liked it, and then all of their followers went to it. Which, after looking for the tweets, because I saw both the tweets from these 2 guys, and I can't remember their names right now, and I feel really bad. But the tweets got deleted, along with an account for someone that was trying to explain it to me, and I don't really know what happened. So yeah, if anyone actually knows what started it and who I really need to be thanking, let me know in the comments below because I would really appreciate that. Um, and yeah, if you guys have other things that you guys want me to talk about or you want my opinion on, or if you just want to see me mess with my hair more, because you guys you guys don't realize how much flack I've gotten for my hair over the years. When I was younger, in the community theater group that I regularly worked with, I was called Hair Boy because I had crazy unkempt hair all the time. So it's really funny to me that people were freaking out about my hair. And to be honest, again, the internet and text is not a really great place for sarcasm because you can't really tell. You know, there's no tone in it unless you write it really well. So I'm not 100% sure people actually liked it. Like I'm reading all these comments like love your hair, hashtag nice hair, or something like that. And I'm like, are you like really? Because okay. So I don't know how much of a moron I look like right now. I'm going, oh yeah, people like my hair, and then I'm gonna get like 100 comments going, no, you dipshit. It was we were making fun of you. Then I'll respond with, well, you need to do it better, because I thought you liked my hair. I don't know why I type when I'm minding typing that I type like this, because I don't. I touch type. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm still. Oh, this has been crazy, and I have no idea what that means for. I might be the equivalent of a quote unquote one hit wonder, even though I've only had like 400 views, which compared to like anybody that's been doing this for longer than I have really isn't that much. But for me, that's really cool, and I really appreciate it. You guys are really awesome. I don't know if I can use the word really anymore in a sentence, but I'm going to try to. Um, yeah. Thank you so much for enjoying and listening to my crazy, bizarre rant yesterday. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the kind comments and all the likes and things like that. I was completely blown away, and I'm still recovering from the shock of that. Again, if you guys have things that you want to know about, or you want to know more about me, or you know some of the stuff that I've gone through, I'm more than happy to talk about it, because I really think subjects like mental health and things like that, they need to be something that we talk about a lot more, because we're so much of our culture is terrified of talking about it, because as soon as you start admitting that, you know, I have depression, or I have an anxiety disorder, or I have a learning disorder, or I have, you know, I'm somewhere on the autism spectrum or something like that. So many people are terrified that they're going to be treated differently, that they're going to be, people aren't going to want to give them jobs, they're not going to want to help them. I mean, there's this really bad stigma about mental health issues, and I think we need to talk about them more. So I'm not gonna like every single random blogging talk about that, because I think you guys will get annoyed with it eventually. But yeah, if there's a specific subject that you guys want me to talk about or anything like that, just again in the comments below, let me know. And anything else you guys want to know, just you know, in the comments. If I get a long list of questions, I might do like a Q&A type thing. If you guys are really interested, I'll do a live Google Plus Hangout and let you guys ask me questions live and stuff like that. You know, whatever you guys want. So yeah, that is all for me today. Sorry this one's a little bit longer, but wow. Yesterday and last night was really cool. And again, I just want to thank all you amazing, awesome, wonderful people. Yeah, so put things in the comments, like, subscribe, share, you know, tell other people that I'm crazy and apparently people like my hair. Yeah, all right. Bye-bye.